Good evening, dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Hey, good to have you on.
finally.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This has not been an easy thing to work out for some reason.
I guess.
I don't know. Natural disasters, blackouts.
Forest fires.
Yeah,
Forest fires.
civil unrests, I'm sure. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we all here?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all here. We're all rolling. As long as Tony, are you there? Tony, are you there?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, there you are.
There you are.
Too soon, yeah. Well, we got to start the show off with like that. So
We're all about technical difficulties.
Yep.
So we are talking to Tony and Cale, Forbidden Place Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Been trying to put that together.
We had Tony on, a year ago? Something like that?
Yeah, it's been more than a year.
Yeah. Longer than a year. No, you were having like a snowstorm or something last time we talked.
yeah, I think you're right because I know we talked about having Cale come on eventually. So it just took us a little while to get it together.
I mean, you guys are busy too, and a lot of podcasts pumping out.
Yeah, we've done a few since then.
We have quite a few. Yeah, I mean, talking to Tony earlier, it's about because he said, I don't think you've ever had Cale on. It's like, have we not? And it's just getting so hard to keep track of, man, with your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good.
It is a good thing, but close to 200 episodes. It's like also,
Holy, really?
well, I mean, I think we're at least 150 or so.
Wow.
Probably at least 100. Yeah.
Are we? I don't know. We're over 100 anyway.
Last time I checked, we had about 130, and that's been a minute
That's
ago.
a ton.
But some of that stuff's just like teaser and bumper content too, so it's hard to say. But oh man, at least over 100.
That's cool.
The hardest thing that I have an issue with is that I really want to I want to continuously stay in touch with guests and keep pimping their shit.
It gets
Yeah.
harder and harder, though, the more that you have.
It does. It's like just saying hi or happy birthday to everybody that who's been on. It's like, it's
Exactly.
a lot
Yeah.
to keep up with.
Well, I'm sure you get that a lot with your load with your label. You've got tons of artists.
Yeah. Yes, we can relate, man. Totally.
Yeah, every band times 4 or 5 usually.
Yeah.
We try to have like a contact person in the band that sort of handles all the.
That's nice. Yeah. It's good when you can get it.
Yeah, you couldn't deal with all those people.
All right.
Oh my God, that would be
It's
insane.
still a lot of names to deal with.
It is.
You'll get a message from somebody and be like, "Wait a minute, who is that?"
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
so
it's-
they
hey,
put
it's
their
Mike.
name, go to their profile and be like, "Oh, it's that." All right, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. My wife gets annoyed with it. Like, I'll just get a random text from someone, and she's like, "Is it
Yeah.
another guest?" Yep.
Who's that?
Who's that? And I'll be like, "Oh, cool," and she'll be like,
Who's
"Another
saying that?
one." Oh God, they play in what band? I've never heard of them. Just rolls
Why are
her
they
eyes.
calling so late? Well, they're in France. It's a different time zone.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love getting that. Hey, it's Mike. Or, hey, it's Jim. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well-
I mean, you're going to have to specify.
You guys had Dick Valentine on your show.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Cale, we told you guys, hey, we would like to work with Electric Six and everything, but Cale went and saw Electric Six in Dubuque. They literally played there a week ago, Cale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, it was like 3 weeks ago, I think.
And then he was like, oh shit, you're Cale? Okay, yeah. So it's kind of funny that you guys.
Yeah, I met the whole band and told them I knew you guys and talked to them a little bit about releasing something, and they were really nice. I've seen them many times.
Cool.
Yeah, he seemed, when I threw that at him, he was like, "Yeah, cool, send him my way."
Yeah.
Yeah, we maybe a solo album or something, which would be really, really cool.
Yeah, it would.
I don't. It's in passing. We don't know that for sure. So
Yeah, they have a new album out on Cleopatra that just came out.
Oh, their last one, their latest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, this one's a new one. It's like a covers album.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I really like having him on. It's
Yeah.
always entertaining.
Oh yeah, they're definitely entertaining to see live for sure.
Yeah.
He's got quite the stage presence.
That high voltage video has 17 million views from the 90s. That fucking
That's crazy.
video.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, the light up boobs and the crotch.
I'm sure Jack White had something to do with that.
It seems like he's singing in that or something.
He is. He is. I think. I mean, I think that like through contractual obligations, they can't.
Yeah.
They can't say that it's him or whatever.
Well, it sounds like a woman though. I mean, it doesn't really sound like him.
Yeah, and especially when you associate the face with like the actress. That's
With the
Right.
glasses. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think that's him.
I mean, I saw him live with the original band when that album came out, and they sounded exactly like the CD live.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I mean, it's definitely him singing. I think.
Is that like Down at McDonald's, the one where he's got like a centaur?
No, that sounds like a later album.
Oh yeah, he's great, man. I'm a big fan. I've seen those guys a couple times too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it once or twice. Yeah, I was surprised. Like it was about a year later, and Matt's like, we should have Dick back on. And I'm like, I thought, oh yeah, man, it was probably a 1 in a million shot that we even got him. He was just like, oh yeah, totally remembered us. He's like, oh yeah, I had a great time last time I was on the show. I'd love to come back. And like you were talking to him, he remembered everything about you remember shit about the conversation I didn't remember.
Oh yeah.
And he's, like I say, a busy guy, very prolific guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote some kind of books too or something recently.
Yeah, some pornographic
Yeah, some dirty like
erotic fiction or something that he does.
Wow.
Yeah, they were selling them there, and the names of all of them were hilarious. Like, not a good example, but they were funny. I was like, did I buy these? I don't even know.
Do I buy one? I kind of want to read it.
The funny thing is, like, I sent him a text, like, just to get him back on this last time, and I don't think initially he recognized who I was, and he was like, "Why, hello, would you like to buy some erotic fiction?"
You're like, duh.
If you think your wife takes the late night calls are weird, then you start reading erotic fiction.
Yeah. Check this
So I
out.
was looking at your phone. And,
You're not going to any more concerts.
So I was looking at your phone, and some guy named Dick is asking you about dirty dicks.
Erotic fiction. Who's Dick Valentine?
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
It's a work thing. It's a work thing, honey.
You wouldn't understand.
Right.
Actually, I just looked it up. I just said, hey, and he was like, "Are you interested in buying any of my pornographic thriller audiobooks?"
If I buy more than one, do I get a discount?
I'm like, sure.
Pornographic thriller audiobooks? Wow.
He's doing audio?
Oh, that's awesome. Holy shit.
I didn't know you had audiobooks.
Yeah, we should get in on that.
Oh my God.
You need any voiceovers?
I've got to at least hear one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's,
We can read one on. We each take a character.
that could be like the next Christmas special.
That could be.
Him reading an excerpt by a fire,
Narrated by Dick Valentine.
Right.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, super cool guy. When I saw him, they came here to Columbia, and of course, the name of the band comes from there being like 6 guys in the band.
Yeah.
They played here at Mojo's, and I mean, man, the stage is about, gosh, what is that stage, Matt?
It's not big.
It's like the size of a prison cell,
Maybe. Yeah.
How in the shit are you guys gonna all fit up there? He's like, oh, we've played smaller. We'll make it work. They sure enough did. Very cool. So, but you guys didn't really get a chance to talk business about putting together a release.
Oh no, not really. Just a basic, quick conversation. It was on a Tuesday night, so I couldn't really hang out too long. But
yeah,
just talked about maybe a future release, maybe one of his solo projects. I gave him a card, and that was about that.
You'd be surprised what he remembers, I think.
Yeah, but he definitely remembered you guys when I mentioned him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was just on there."
Oh, it's good to hear.
The whole band was real nice.
I totally forgot this one off my radar. Which member of the band had the side project that did like sea shanties?
Oh yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
true?
Um,
Wow.
I can't think of the name of it.
Really?
Yeah, he's got like a side project where they do like dirty sea shanties.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, Limerick based or something. He said, yeah.
I want to get back to that. I want to have them on. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So how about actual projects? Yeah, you've got quite a bit of stuff going on.
But yeah, you guys have been pumping it out too.
Yeah, we have a ton of shit going on right now. We have a bunch of like albums and things like that coming out, CDs, but we started a merch company too
Right on.
called Spider and Bat.
Yeah.
And we're starting to kind of load that place up with merch, T-shirts and hoodies and all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
And we're starting to work with just a bunch of talented artists that we know. And, we're trying to kind of match releases with, apparel and stuff like that. I mean, I think that's what everybody's doing right now. But
Right.
Yeah.
We'll just make more styles available, more colors, more sizes,
Yeah.
without us having to physically, purchase runs of all this stuff.
Mhm.
We have tons of artists, so to have a shirt for every artist, we'd have to have a warehouse and
stock everything, yeah.
just to house all this shit. So this makes it quite a bit easier. We don't have to
Yeah.
warehouse it or ship it or
Yeah.
any of that. It's pretty much made to order. So we're able to make more merchandise for more bands
Yeah.
and more different things. Maybe just not one shirt, but a shirt, a sweatshirt, a mug or a koozie, whatever,
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, we're trying to get wild with it.
Yeah.
I
I love that shit. I love having like 100 options when I'm looking at,
Yeah.
because I'm the guy who I'll get the shirt, but then I'll get a patch and a sticker and a Frisbee,
Or if somebody doesn't wear black shirts or something, most people do, but there's that one guy that's like, fuck, I wish I had it in white. I'd buy it right now.
Right.
I tend to regret buying white just because I am not good at eating cleanly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like interesting because, you do these designs and stuff, and you don't want to necessarily sell designs that you like.
Yeah.
Because that's not what everybody likes, so we're trying to
Right.
figure that out.
Yeah, we even figured that out.
Yeah, I've seen your logo kind of morph through the,
Yeah, we're starting like a thing where just like anybody wants to send in their rendering. We want to do like a wall. I want to have a wall in like my studio of just different renderings of Dandy.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool. So what, are you guys not in the same studio? You're in different studios.
Right.
Kind of like you guys. I'm in KC and John's in Columbia, Missouri.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're a couple hours apart.
You guys are right in the middle of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right between you. Yeah. Because you're still in Iowa, right,
Yeah.
Cale, and you're still in Denver, Tony.
I'm right outside Denver. I'm in Aurora.
Okay.
I'm in the suburb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
we got a buddy who lives there.
That area. I was actually visiting him when they had like the big shooting for the Batman movie.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That was like weird timing. Like everything got real
Oh,
weird
it really was.
in Denver right when we were there. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, for sure. A bunch of people called me. I was like, I wouldn't go to fucking Batman movie in the theater anyways. I was like, no, I'm not there, man. No.
Isn't it weird though that people do that? I mean, I in some instances I can see it, but all
Yeah.
the marked safe shit and stuff on like Facebook, like you get people call you from like,
Yeah.
are you okay? Well, Denver's a big city, and
Lots of shit happens here.
Yeah.
Right now, there's been such an influx of people, and home prices have gone through the roof.
Oh, same here.
There's a crazy homeless situation here. There's like a really crazy homeless situation where it's like, heroin addicts and stuff. Like I see them every day.
huh?
It's pretty gnarly, man. It's like, wow.
That's surprising, especially with the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're here in the summer. It's nice in the summer.
Right.
In the winter, you still see it, but in the summer, it seems to be more prevalent. Maybe they're going to California or
Right.
the West Coast, from here.
Transient.
I like to think that they have like
They go
that
skiing.
stick with the hobo pouch on it, like a blanket, and they have all their stuff like with a stick and a blanket, like a hobo, and they just
Yeah.
like jump on a train.
I don't think
Yeah.
people do that anymore.
A bindle bag and shit. Yeah, that surprised me. I've known people like that.
Yeah.
That are like, yeah, it's Valentine's, San Diego. Then I went back to Denver. It's like, how can you afford to get to those places? You know, of course, I got a family and shit. I have to take all them with me.
Yeah.
I guess it's cheaper when you're doing it on your own.
You guys had all jump on the train.
You got to plan it out. And,
Actually want a bed.
Right. Hotel.
yeah. And air conditioning.
Yeah, that's. You could just have hay on one of those train cars because when I was a kid, all the movies they had hay inside those train cars.
Right. That's how it is.
Of course. Why wouldn't they have random hay?
It's the most efficient way to sell hay, I think. Yeah.
There's usually a horse in there.
$10 worth of hay packed into like what's probably $5,000 in shipping. You know,
right?
Into a train car.
That seems worth it.
Sure.
Nobody notices you there.
And the hay industry is like, what the fuck? Why are we losing so much money?
This is deep.
You got to have a crate you can hide behind too.
Yeah.
A crate. Also a crate in there with you.
It's light and easy and portable to carry.
Crate that the railroad bulls never look behind either, just for some reason.
No,
look at the hay.
Never do.
With that one crate in the corner, they're like, yeah, fuck it. I mean, you check the whole train, but not there.
It's also really easy to have conversations in those things.
They're not loud at all.
Yeah.
No.
You got to talk to whoever's in there. Sometimes you pick the wrong train car. You're like, oh, fuck, it's him again.
Well, you got to go where the hay is. Though.
Wow.
I can go in the other car. It's cold over there.
They just need more.
They see more hay.
Oh wow.
But yeah, man, I dig the shirts too. Just like on your merch and your like, I can't decide. I'm gonna get one for sure.
Oh, good.
At least
cool.
I love the fucking. I've always loved the tarantula logo. You know, that's my jam. It's like anything like black with like really bright colored logo, like you know, on the front.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like and even something like that. You know, we could change the colors now. We could. You know, instead of having the tarantula orange like that, we could change that to a different color, the words, or you know, we can play with some of these designs a little bit where before we were kind of stuck on one, you know.
Yeah.
Because we switched over this made-to-order thing. You know, someone orders it, it's printed, out the door it goes, so we don't have to stock all of it. Our friend has a really nice printing facility, and we're working with him. FGC Creative. Our friend. FGC, yeah, our friend Max. Yeah, he does really high quality stuff, and you know he does some really badass stuff, and he'll try to do anything. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like, dude, this is
he does all those AMREP reprint shirts.
Yeah, Infinity Reptile stuff and touch and go and skin graft and shit. He works with
Guzzard, Mule, and all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
All that cool 90s noise rock and stuff. He works with all those guys.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
He's awesome.
And I dig like the two like that. I just can't decide. You got like those cool like fantasy kind of logos too and shit. Those are awesome.
Oh, aren't those cool? This up and coming like artist named Caravan Stroom on Instagram. It's at Caravan Stroom. He contacted us and he's like, can I do some designs for you guys? I was like, sure, send something over. And I was like, okay.
Wow. So it's like his custom art and stuff that he's drawn and stuff.
And we're hoping to do a little more of that too with some other artists. And expand the thing. We don't know if we're going to have them all do Forbidden Place shirts, but you know, maybe just some of their art with, we're kind of toying with that idea.
Yeah. I'm just talking to Fuzz McGee from Spectrum Static.
He's awesome. We love him.
He's doing some individual art for all of his stuff. I think he was saying you guys have some more stuff maybe that you're working on getting out with him or them.
Yeah, possibly in the future. Maybe a cassette.
Yeah.
Probably a CD for sure.
Yeah.
But some of his art would be fun for t-shirts.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He's kind of he's like the American Ralph Scharschmidt, really. I mean, that's kind of. If you guys know Ralph on Facebook, Ralph's a good friend of ours. He's awesome, but you know he's always doing stuff for the scene and constantly giving shout outs to other bands. And you know, Fuzz does all that. He's just such a nice fucking dude.
He's genuine and just super like appreciative of anybody giving him any kind of like notice or anything. Like it makes you feel good. Like, man, you don't have to keep me thanking me. I appreciate you already. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
And, dude, we created the label knowing that our friends wanted to put out music and art and different things, and we didn't really expect to have all these amazing, genuine people come to us, like you guys, for sure. You know, we met all these cool people that have become part of our sort of weird family, our group, you know?
Yeah.
And like that's a huge thing. Instead of, you know, thinking about money or success or whatever, if you look at it that way, it's just very successful. We feel really lucky.
I know exactly what you mean. Would be awesome if the podcast were like a moneymaker for us, but it's so much fucking fun, man. You get to meet some of the coolest people and connect people, you know, and I'm not like one of those, you know, hey, I'm a, you know, handshaker or whatever, try and hook up people that way. But
I get it, right.
That shit makes me sick. But like genuine people, like, hey man, you should talk to this guy.
Right.
That's a different thing, and I love to do that.
Yeah, man. That's where we are. We've met so many cool people. You know, like I mean, just it comes to mind immediately is, you know, Canny Sciori, Italian noise rock guys. You know, We're the Asteroid. I mean, these guys are our homies. You know, they're part of our group of weirdos on this planet. And to connect with that, you know, like Daniel from Canny Sciori, Cale and I are eventually going to make our way over to Italy, and we'll probably be staying with him, and it's going to be fucking amazing, you know.
Right on.
Yeah.
But everybody buy Canny Sciori records. They are an amazing noise rock band from Italy, and they are awesome, dude. It's like they are amazing.
Yeah. Incredible live too as well.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even talking to Nathan Calhoun, it was like one of the things that we agreed on that we just both appreciate the shit out of that you guys do is just not having any borders.
Yeah.
Not having those barriers. And it introduces so many people to so much new stuff. And, you know, that's all it takes. It's just one or two little degrees of separation. The next thing you know, you're uniting all sorts of people. It's like one of my biggest sources of pride is that, you know, the Dead hookup with Jem and Jace and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys, like, oh, that's, you know, like Tony told me.
That just seems like a natural match to me.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. That's what we thought when we first heard him and started talking to him.
Jem, he's just such a tenacious bastard.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
He is on top of everything, dude. Like with his release, we were like, this guy is a fucking animal, you know, where it was like, we couldn't really get annoyed with it because he just has a very specific way of doing things. And that's something, you know, I appreciate about that, being specific in your actions.
Right. When it's one of our most unique CD jackets we ever did. You know, it's silk screened, it's numbered. I had to fold all these jackets, and they're really difficult to fold together without, you know, creasing them up. Then they had three stickers that had to be attached to the jacket in a particular order. It was a bit of a pain in the ass, but I mean, they look really nice.
Yeah, they do. No.
Yeah.
So it was worth it, you know.
No, I mean, you cannot say that those guys don't care.
Right.
Well, they fucking rock.
Every one of their albums is a handcrafted piece of art.
Right.
They rock. And anybody that I've talked to that work with them is just like Jem should be a millionaire. You know, he works so hard.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And he doesn't ask for a whole lot in return.
Yeah. And they've been at it for a while too. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll see a payoff at some point.
Right. Yeah. When somebody like Conan Neutron tells you that somebody's a hard worker.
Right.
Yeah, that guy's at it all the time. It's cool. Is he the underground Jay Leno?
Yeah.
Maybe. He kind of.
Conan Neutron. Or is he Conan, the underground Conan?
He's probably more Conan than Jay Leno.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. He's
I don't
a
care
good
for
guy.
Jay Leno.
I really like him a lot.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. He's always working at it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just tell by the quality artists he works with.
Oh yeah, people love him too.
It tells you enough right there.
Yeah. He's helped us too, just hook us up with some, bands and just, oh, hey, check these guys out. And they've always been amazing. And we also find too, just bands that we have on or groups that we're surprised how many people, oh yeah, I've worked with them. Oh yeah, I know that guy. And we didn't even know about a connection.
Yeah.
See, and this is what I was talking about earlier with, doing this for just because you want to do it and do something cool and bring in culture or whatever your reason is, you suddenly meet all these incredible people that, just kind of blow your mind and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's great.
When the connections reach all over too.
Yeah.
One connection with one band, like you're saying, may lead to another connection with another that you never even thought of, or have heard before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get lots of references or people that be like, oh, check out, that's one thing I love to ask is like, what are you listening to right now? Usually in my little emails before we have somebody on, what are you listening to?
Yep.
Yeah, people always ask that, and it's like, where do I start? Do you got an hour?
Right. Yeah.
What have I listened to today?
But what an awesome, problem to have. A lot of people don't have that problem. Like they don't realize how much really good shit is out there right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it all.
Oh, I can't. I mean, it's rough, and I have a gigantic record collection and CD collection too. So to listen to the old stuff too that you like still, you try to mix in some old with some new, and we got people sending us possible albums to release in the future that we got to listen to and critique them, and the new stuff we're putting out, obviously we like because we only really put out stuff we really like. So a lot of that stuff's on heavy rotation, and
for you guys, it's a lot of R&D too. I mean, it's just what you're doing here. It's
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Fun job, but a job.
We get a lot of submissions that we have to go through and then listen separately and then get back together and say, all right, well, what do you think?
Right.
Yeah.
Because we can only realistically release so many things. I mean, we get a little carried away packing stuff in and, put a little too much stress on ourselves. But, we want to release everything. But there's only so many dollars in the kitty.
Right.
That's true.
Is it still working out okay for you guys being, a state or two apart? And
yeah, we've got that sort of dialed in.
Okay.
Cale sort of maintains all of our stock in our little warehouse and all that, and then we both kind of, just do our thing, and we talk all the time, constantly. So it's not bad. It'd probably be better if we lived closer, which that's something we've been kind of considering here.
Yeah.
Maybe for next year or something. Me moving a little closer.
I'm guessing Iowa's a little cheaper than Denver is right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty spendy out here. Traffic is a little difficult, Traffic has become like way too much. That's my main issue is traffic. It's
Traffic is a breeze here.
Yeah, it's always funny. I mean, I'll get out to Colorado every once in a while. I'll go to like Rocky Mountain National Park or whatever, and it's like, well, this is how many hours it's going to take, and it's like looking at 70. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah.
To get up to RMNP, I mean, add 3 hours easily. To get up.
And that's if there's no accident or any other kind of horse shit.
That's true.
Right. That's just like summertime tourist traffic is all, and you could still be pulled over. By the side of the road.
Then you add snow to that mix. Oof.
I've never been there in the snow.
It's not so bad. You kind of want a truck, though. A truck is handy to have, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive is necessary here. So
we had some pretty serious blizzards this last winter. I won't lie. We had I think we got like 16 inches of snow, some blizzard.
Man.
It was nuts. I had to shovel my balcony and shit. Like, it was crazy. I was like, holy shit.
That would be an awful job.
Yeah. I mean, 16 inches of snow and it's blowing around. It was crazy.
My wife's got a cousin who lives in like Granby or did live in Granby, and they used to send us pictures of them like shoveling their roof, you know.
Granby, I think
It's right. Yeah, it's right outside of Grand Lake on the way up there. It's like just to keep the roof from collapsing.
Yeah.
From the amount of snow that they've had, you know, they're right at the base of the park though. So
yeah, they probably get hit with it almost every day in the winter.
Yeah. And winter starts early.
It does.
Oh yeah, it goes late.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were saying, you asked me, we talked a little before the show, and you said, what's a crazy story, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, people would believe it, but it was funny because when you said that right away, I thought about, should we tell this story, Cale? I don't know.
Well, yeah, let me pose the question.
Okay. All right.
You know, because I hear stories, you know, on different podcasts, things like that, but it's like, I always want to ask somebody and rarely get around to asking them, okay, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you that well, it doesn't even have to be the craziest thing, but what's something that's happened to you that nobody would believe whatsoever if it wasn't for the fact that somebody could corroborate the story or that you have proof that it happened?
Yeah, wow.
You know, sometimes we stumble into those, but we rarely just ask the question flat out.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the story here?
Oh, well, I don't, Cale, like I said, should we tell this story? I know it's a family show.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Kids, cover your ears.
It's not dirty literature, I'll tell you
that. Cale and I, let's say we experimented with psychedelic drugs for a little while in our lives.
Oh no!
Oh no! Yeah. So, anyways, we went and our friend had some acid, so we went and got some acid from this guy. And
it was Beavis and Butthead acid.
It was like their legs. I remember the hits were their legs. It was Beavis and Butthead's legs.
Oh. So the tabs, pictures of okay.
Yeah, it was like pieces of their body.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you had a leg. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
A piece of a shoe.
Right.
So we took it, but like it really didn't kick in for 2 hours. And then we went to this kind of like a little Indian burial ground place, kind of a national park or some kind of a little park.
Yeah, it's called Four Mounds.
Four Mounds, is that what it was?
Yeah.
So anyways, we went there and, you know, we didn't really feel anything for a while. And then we could kind of see these weird blue lights. The trees, do you remember that, Cale?
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, you know, we're totally tripping now. And we went over to like my car, which was like a crazy van, the Foxfire 2, Cale. I don't need to even tell you that.
It had a fox painted on the side.
Nice.
And it was called the Foxfire 2.
It was like somebody's custom van that he had bought.
That's awesome.
So, you know, Cale and I, Team Foxfire, we like, for some reason, we're like, okay, cool. The wheels look like they're totally melted to the ground.
Yeah, he jumped in. I'm like, let's go. And he's like, I can't do it. The tires are melted. The tires are not melted. Let's go. Because what he left out is that up there they have a big building where they have retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And usually the place is empty because there's only one like caretaker's house and there's a building for retreats. Then there's these scenic overlooks that overlook the Mississippi River and stuff.
Nice.
So we were up there at first. We didn't see any people.
Right.
And then once it started kicking in, all of a sudden this retreat of people started spilling out of this building coming towards us. And we were like, oh, fuck, we got to get out of here.
Right.
So we jumped in the van. And I'm like, let's go. There's people coming. What the fuck? The tires are melted.
Which they look totally. But it was weird because we started driving out of there and like we couldn't really tell what the road was or what the horizon line was. Do you remember that, Cale? And Cale was hanging out one window. I know, kids, I would not try this at home, but we could not tell where the road and the grass were. Like where they. So, anyways, we decided,
so naturally, where do we go next? The cemetery.
Yeah, the cemetery.
Quiet.
And we have several gigantic cemeteries. I mean, this one's probably, I don't know, 100 acres.
Yeah.
And the back part of it overlooks the Mississippi off a huge high bluff.
Yeah, it's massive.
We just wandered around in there for quite some time.
The weird thing was we walked in there and there's a giant mausoleum kind of looking thing, or like where people are, stored there in the wall. And like, we could see all these, do you remember all those shadows and shit we saw, Cale? Like all those weird
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of creepy statues.
arms and shit shooting out of that. I mean, it was insane. It was scary as hell. We were like, we're not going anywhere near there. So we walked around there. We decided, let's just go deep into the cemetery. That'll be better.
Sure. What could go wrong?
And then actually we saw other kids walking too at one point.
That was weird.
We were like, is that other people? We're like, no, there can't be other people. There's no fucking
But they
way.
were tripping too, if they even existed.
There wasn't much talk either. We were kind of each looked at each other like, are you there?
That was true. I remember that. We were like looking like, I don't think they're there.
Well, the fact that you were having the same hallucination is kind of possibly telling.
Should tell you something.
Yeah, it was a long, long evening.
Oh yeah.
I believe we went somewhere else.
I think we ended up at Eagle Point Park.
That's what I was going to say.
Eagle Point, I've been there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another bluff overlooking the river.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cale was doing all these high kicks, and he was like into karate or something. And he was doing like these super high kicks in the air, jumping off these benches. Like, look how high I can put my leg, Tony. I was like, wow. and then there were like these two people like making out on one of the benches, and Cale went up to like jump off that bench, and they were there. He's like, Tony, look, there's people. And he was like pointing right in their face. And they're like, what are you on?
Nice.
Oh my God! Wow.
Did you guys end up at White Castle? Is that how it ended up?
No. I don't remember the ending of the night, but my God, that was a wild night.
That's awesome.
But I just thought that question was funny because I was like, oh, that's perfect because that is like my number one night of taking, that kind of stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
We were young. We were only like 19, 20.
Well, I don't even know if we were that old.
Yeah.
I think that was still in high school.
Yeah, I think we were in high school.
The Foxfire, we didn't have that.
No, Foxfire, we were like 20.
I think that one dude rolled that fucker when I was on Dead Tour, so that would have been after high school then, I guess.
You're talking about Pat that rolled the Foxfire and crushed it. My friend I wrote to him, he got drunk and the Foxfire, he crushed it.
Oh.
Yeah. There has not been a Foxfire 3, I'll tell you that much.
No.
Someday.
One day.
Yeah, we got to bring that back.
Speaking of hallucinogen story, and I think it's, especially just like purchasing them. And I was young. I remember I was tripping with some friends once, and we lived in kind of a shitty neighborhood in Springfield, Missouri, and got a hold of some LSD, took some LSD, and decided later that night that like we were going to go for a walk.
Okay.
And so we're walking up and down the street. And as we're walking up and down the street, it's like we look over at one house, and one house has got like a living room light that's being switched on and off really, really fast. And then we look over at another house, and there's a glow stick being twirled like in a window. And, it's Saturday night, college town. But we were just laughing incessantly at the fact that so many people around here must have been tripping the same night. It had to be that like a shipment came in.
I was going to say the shoots rolled in.
Yeah.
There's a fat kid eating chips and it's really loud.
Can you hear that?
But it's like, it's funny, just all this evidence of like people who are trying to be cool and be inside, and like not disturbed. But it's like, we must have easily seen like 5 or 6 houses, like everybody in that house is on something right now.
The worst thing was having to go into a gas station.
Yeah. Those fluorescent lights.
It was a fucking nightmare. The fluorescent lights. You're like, dropping change. And shit. You're like, I don't know how much it is, but here's some money.
That's easily $9 and pennies.
Oh my God.
Is that enough? I'm a little under the weather.
I'm under the weather.
Yeah. Oh, John, you should tell your log flume story.
The what?
Oh, the log ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we developed this thing one night, and it was another thing where just like shipments used to come in. And at one point in time, that we were on this like ecstasy kick for a while there. Kids, we were young kids.
Ecstasy,
Yeah. But we had this shitty old recliner in the house, and we'd switch on black lights and music and shit like that, and hardcore industrial and stuff. And I don't know how we figured this out, but we would sit somebody in the chair. Somebody would get behind the chair and start rocking it really hard. And then we had a spray bottle of water, and you'd have to close your eyes, and we'd stand in front of you. And like when the chair went forward, we'd spray you with the water, which cooled you off. But then my buddy Mike was like just rolling on the floor laughing. He's like, it's like a log ride. Because you go forward and then the water would splash up on you. Wow. And all these lights flying by you because somebody else is like twirling glow sticks. So yeah, we just had these like Olympic type events that we would do.
Somebody walks in, flips the lights on. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Exactly. Long rides. Time for a long ride. And we'd have people over, who partied, but didn't like do these tripping Olympics that we did. Oh, God. Well, yeah, things like putting, all sorts of tricks like putting frozen towels in the freezer, because you get really hot, when you're on shit. And it's like, wrap it around your head really quick and just cools you off instantly. And so many people were just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why
are you guys all in the shower?
Wait, what?
It's okay. We're wearing swimsuits, but yeah.
We're hot. It's cold in here.
Right. And then a trampoline outside. And yeah.
Go away and turn the water back on.
Yeah. But it was we'd do, just like put flashlights and blankets and pop them up in the air at night, stuff for the visuals. And I can remember one night getting a hold of some hallucinogens, and my dad, still, and my dad knew that I partied, but probably not that hard. But it was like, we didn't have anywhere to go. We were in the middle of nowhere. I knew my dad was home, and he was, fairly cool. He used to be a minister, but he gotten cooler, and we were older. And it's like, Dad, I just have to tell you, I'm having some friends over. We are going to be taking some hallucinogens. So
you told your dad that?
Oh yeah, I had to, because I was like, there's no way. Well, I was afraid that if I didn't tell him what we were doing, because he knew things that like I smoked weed every once in a while and things like that, and he knew that. Yeah, he knew I wasn't straight.
You didn't want to have to tell him in the midst of it.
Right. I didn't want him to walk outside and we're like bouncing a beach ball on a blanket and spraying each other with water bottles.
Log rides, Dad. You want one?
It's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
Somebody's mowing the grass with a lawnmower.
Exactly. And I was like, nothing dangerous.
What is that guy doing?
It's like, nothing dangerous. Don't worry. Nobody's going to like overdose or it's like, it's not that kind of thing. But you were definitely going to see some odd behavior if you're awake.
Right.
And he was like, I don't give a shit. It's like,
wow.
Okay, good.
Because it's happening.
Yeah, I'd rather keep that in the dark.
Yeah, we had already taken him. We thought he was going to leave, but he didn't leave. And the only way we're not going to, the only way we're going to have a good time is if we just tell him. Cool. That he's got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was cool with it. And it was funny.
Again, kids, we are not promoting
We're not advocating any of this.
Wow.
It was hilarious. It was a great time, but don't do it.
Right. We're not saying, I know this is a family show, kids. This isn't, we're not telling you this. We're just saying what it happened to us.
But if you do, tell your dad.
Right. If you do, tell your dad.
Yeah, there you go. That's the moral of all this story.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of shit happening in Italy right now with the Italian metal scene. I don't know if you guys are
not up on the Italian metal.
I know. Well, see, that's the weird thing. There's this kind of weird little scene happening there that it happened in Argentina. Now it's in Italy. It's very cool. We're working with a bunch of Italian bands now.
Like Wizard Master, Warco.
Yeah. And there's just like a Black Spell are from there.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of weird metal coming out of there right now.
Yeah. How are you tapping into that? Because I try to check out international acts, but if you just Google, Italian metal, or Italian heavy metal music, you're going to get
right
advertisements, maybe scene videos of an interview.
Yeah, Cale can answer that. He found like Sonic Demon and Black Spell.
Yeah, how do you tap into that?
Some of these people contact us, but a lot of this stuff I spend so much time on Facebook and Instagram
Mm-hmm.
advertising for the label that, once again, like we said, those fingers that are all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody in another band likes something, a lot of times I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll look at the people who like a certain project of ours and see who their friends are,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll investigate that.
Yeah.
A lot of times I just stumble across this stuff, and I don't know, I have a knack for finding all kinds of shit.
He does.
Yeah.
That's how we find some of our guests, actually. I'll look and see, who liked this episode? And
Yeah.
start to see like the common threads and, what do you know?
So a lot of what we release is totally random. I mean, we try to get like a schedule together,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes bands, dissolve when we're talking to them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've had a couple people pass away on us.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes stuff doesn't get recorded. Sometimes there's a fucking pandemic.
Right.
So, I mean, it's very difficult to get a schedule together and stick to it,
Sometimes there's a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's good that most of our bands, like we said, are friends of ours, basically, even though we haven't met a lot of them, and understand how difficult this can be to try to, like we were saying before, to keep track of all this stuff.
Yeah.
To organize it, get it put out, get distributors. I mean, there's just so much behind it.
Yeah.
So to actually, keep deadlines, especially with vinyl pressing now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous, you guys.
So basically, most of our releases are completely random
Yeah.
by how we just come across things.
Yeah, it's true.
There's really no rhyme or reason for any particular order or,
Yeah. How do you find that a lot of guys find you? Category? Is it referrals?
Some of it's word of mouth. Some of it we're not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are from weird countries like Uruguay and the Netherlands and Germany and Russia and all kinds of weird places that it's almost hard to believe that they even know who we are, but
Yeah.
we must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you are.
But I mean, some of them too are completely, I wouldn't say off base, but they're not, they don't kind of jive with what we're doing. And I know we're kind of all over the place, but there are some things that, that we're really not interested in releasing, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not going to see a country album on our label anytime soon, or
A boy band.
a mumble rapper or some shit.
Yeah.
There's some handsome lads.
We dance in unison once, and you call the boy band.
Well, I saw that gig, so it just stuck.
What's this story?
We made it up.
No,
Okay.
no story.
Damn. Yeah.
We got this kind of a little showcase thing going on in Portland in September. We don't totally know what's going on with all the COVID stuff though. But there's nine Forbidden Place bands playing at this club, out in Portland, and we've got our plane tickets. We're ready to go, but we don't know what's going to happen with all the COVID shit.
Yeah.
Strangely, that's been one of our bigger areas for bands is Portland.
Huh.
And once again, that was totally random.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it's where Fuzz is.
Yeah. Spectrum Static's playing.
Buzz.
Vanderwalls, Lagoon, Ghost Frog, Tigers on Opium.
Oh, I love them. Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Fox Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie No Face.
Yeah. Yeah. I like them too. Yeah.
Kronk,
I think I got them all. Cronkman and Scary Busey. I think that's all of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
And some of those guys are from Bend. So it's not all necessarily Portland, but just that area is kind of a hotbed for apparently what we like.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, a weird town, but a cool town. Hey, so did you plan this as like a showcase, like a Forbidden Place showcase, or just
The bands did.
the bands did?
Oh, that's cool.
I think Juan was from Tigers on Opium.
Yeah, Tigers on Opium Juan did most of the work here so far, but yeah, they had the idea and we were all about it, obviously.
Smart, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had a Forbidden Fest a couple of years ago here in Dubuque, on 2016, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And we've always wanted to do another one in a bigger city, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously it's real difficult since we live in two different states. But
Right.
this one just once again randomly came about, and should be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're hoping we can make it and things aren't crazy and weird, which they kind of are. They are in the world right now, especially the U.S. There's a lot of the Delta and all that variant thing going on. So
tell me about it. I mean, we're in Missouri, so
yeah.
I mean, if you've been looking at the maps,
Hi.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh my God, they're so fucking stupid here.
Oh, no,
it's like ridiculous what people are doing in Missouri. John and I were both posting, I think, the same article about in our hometown in southern Missouri. People are literally like disguising themselves to go get vaccinated because of that. They don't want to get shit from people.
Yeah.
No,
They don't want to be ostracized for getting vaccinated.
Wow.
So they're like telling the doctor, please don't tell anyone I was here. Right. They're covering themselves up when they go into the doctor's office so people don't recognize them.
Wow.
It's that fucked up down there.
It was Anderson Cooper.
It was on CNN.
Yeah, it was on CNN because I looked up the news and it was like, saw up in the corner, there's Anderson Cooper interviewing this doctor, and up in the corner it said West Plains, Missouri. And you got to understand, it's like what, 8,000 people, Matt? 8, 10?
It's more than that. It's closer to like 12, 13,000.
12, 13. Still, I mean, it's small town.
Yeah.
It's the biggest city. It's the biggest city for 100 miles around.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not saying much because it's a very rural area,
It is,
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going into doctors. Please don't tell anybody I've gotten this. I don't want my friends to know that I've gotten the virus.
Wow.
They're going to shame
It's
me.
Missouri down there.
Yeah, Missouri.
Yeah, it's never been politicized. It's a medical thing. It's not political. It's just, or maybe it's political. Who knows? We recently saw this weird ass video. This guy's talking about creating the master class and then the slave class, which is people that rely on the government because of COVID. Weird ass shit. Who knows?
It was a Canadian guy too.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was, he wasn't like a weird right-wing Trumper guy. He was like a Canadian guy. It was just bizarre.
Yeah.
But who knows? I kind of feel like China has more to do with this than, it escaped from a lab in China where they have COVID. I mean, did they fucking make it? Did they make this thing, or did somebody eat a bat and a fucking pangolin and soup?
And I'm all for getting to the bottom of it, but sometimes you gotta, like, if you're stuck in the desert, you gotta figure out how to get out before you figure out how you got there.
Get a drink of water.
You
first.
might not want to drink your piss, but you're gonna have to.
Right.
But yeah, let's worry about like Matt says, let's worry about the hows and whys later. Let's worry about solving the fucking problem right now.
Yeah.
And the thing that pisses me off here in Missouri is just so many people like, we don't want mask mandates back, and God damn it, we want our freedom. It's like, wouldn't it be nice if there was some sort of solution, like, I don't know, a vaccine?
And wearing your mask, right? If you'd have fucking done it. And what I'm reading now is like it's starting to look really bad for like the GOP in terms of, 70% of the people are really fed up with the other 30% of the people who are screwing the rest of us over.
Yeah.
I even checked that in Fox News the other day. You know your enemy. Of course.
Exactly.
I'll go check out their website every once in a while. There were like 2 articles about COVID and the entire thing, and one of them was just parents outraged that their kids might have to wear masks again. But I was seeing a lot of people, and I really don't think they were plants, but they were people who were just like, well, a lot of them were just like elderly people from Florida who were like, come on, guys, I'm seeing my friends dying left and right. We're on the wrong side of this if we're going to politicize it.
Yeah.
Let's get over it. Yeah, all those things about government control and everything, it happened. I believe that there are government conspiracies where they've got to try to keep people under control, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But before you even go there, Jesus Christ. You can see the data that heavily vaccinated areas are not being impacted by the variant as much as places where people are just refusing to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, your kids got to be vaccinated before you send them to school for measles and mumps and
Right.
shit. So
Yeah, polio, everything else. It's like, and
nobody makes a big deal about that.
no,
They just take their kids and get their shot and send them to school. So
yeah,
what's the difference?
yeah. And Republicans are saying, you know, we never used to politicize something like this in the past.
No.
And I mean, I'll admit my conspiracy theory is that just the fact that I don't think Donald Trump wanted it associated with his presidency whatsoever.
No.
Because he didn't want to take a hit. He didn't want to deal with something he didn't know how to deal with.
Yeah, that's true.
Something he couldn't bully his way out of.
Right. And it's just the best way to do then is just deny.
Or blame.
Yeah.
Play it down. Act like it's not real. Act like it's not happening.
Remember when the election's over, this is all just going to disappear?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Democrats are just using this as a crutch. They're just, right? It's all a ploy. If Biden wins, it'll all just go away.
Yeah, no.
Yep. Guess what? Hadn't gone away.
Right. I mean, I wish I had a solution. I don't think log rides are going to help anybody.
God,
No.
One thing I am on board with, though, is it's like, okay, if a job or a place cannot mandate that you give that, okay, I know I'm not cool with the idea of mandating vaccines for people either. I think that's a bad idea.
Right.
However, for years, we've been mandating drug testing for people
That's what I was
all
just going to
across this
say.
country.
Yeah.
Why not mandate, whether you're symptomatic or not, why not mandate a test twice a week? And maybe these people will get so sick and tired of being stabbed in the brain with a Q-tip
Right.
Yeah.
that they'll be like, fine, fuck
Well,
it.
if you can refuse right to service to anybody into your store, why can't you mandate who comes in and out? I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Well, honestly, I was thinking like cover anybody that gets their vaccination and they get COVID. If they've been vaccinated, you know what? We're going to cover you. We're going to take care of your expenses. If you've not been vaccinated, guess what? Bill's on you, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's another way to do them. Hit them in the
You
wallet.
got to wear a blinking helmet light.
Right. Yeah.
So others can signify that you're that guy.
Did you
A blink.
take your
Yeah.
That might be a
did
little.
you take your Google Fiber this morning?
Yeah.
I've got great internet right now. Okay.
My cousin, who is hardcore into it, he just, QAnon through his veins,
Oh God.
had plans for when Trump won, all the liberals were going to have to wear masks as like their Star of David sort of thing.
Right. Because that's the way to go. Yeah, that's the move.
Wow.
Democrats and Republicans as parties are fucked up.
Yeah.
They're not the same as what they were.
No.
The line has been blurred so much. We need to get rid of the two-party system. That'll solve a lot of this problem.
We do.
I agree. We need extra parties. I don't think it's a good idea to call like moral equivalency between the two.
It's like a high school, contest. I mean, do you want to vote for which jock? It's like, I don't want to vote
Right.
for either of these fucking idiots.
Right.
Give me some more candidates.
Right. If I'm going to have to vote between the two jocks, though, I'm going to vote for the one that has like the better grade point average,
Right.
Right.
who actually seems like they, because every now and there's a smart jock, and
Right.
I'd rather vote for them than
I'll
the
vote
dumbass.
for the one that doesn't kick my books out of my hands every fucking
Right.
Right. And
In other
And-
words, Biff from Back
That
to the
one's
Future.
not quite as big of an ass
Right.
as the rest of them.
It is. It's the party of Biff. That's a great analogy.
yeah.
But still, you're picking from, two people you don't really want. I mean, then you're not listening to the facts about what's going on in their policies. You're just picking the lesser of two evils. That's not
Right.
the best way to pick leaders.
Well, yeah, and take it one step further and say, let's have a no party system. Let's just have a candidate system.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't need to spend millions of dollars on a big campaign.
Right.
Tell us what you think. Tell us what your policies are and what you're going to do, and let's vote. We don't need to spend all this money on shit.
Spending limits would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't need to spend $20 million on a campaign. We could feed people with that and shit. I mean, let's come on, fix some roads and
Yeah,
shit.
they do that in other
Sure.
countries.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it would make much more sense just even asking the question, okay, so are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? Or are you libertarian? You're obviously pigeonholing yourself.
Exactly.
You're obviously saying that, okay, I think everybody just say, I'm not a party member. I'm open to anything. But here's what I believe. So those party lines are just the fact. It's like, why would anybody? Because things evolve and change.
Yeah.
Shit, we should have learned that over the course of this last year.
Yeah.
Things can change so frequently, and opinions should change as things change.
Right. I mean, has Biden done what he, said he was going to set out to do? I don't know. And I don't think most people do. What did he say he was going to do? I don't know.
No.
He said COVID was going to go away. That didn't happen. What else are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
Now we spent a bunch of money on a wall that's now sitting there doing nothing and it's unfinished. What was that all about?
Right.
I agree.
Now what are we going to do?
Yeah.
We got half a car made.
Yeah.
Are we going to finish that? Are we going to take it down? Or what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay to say, well, but I'm Republican. It's like, what does that even mean anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, we hear people too. Just like one of my favorite arguments is people talking about, just remember, the Republican Party is the one that abolished slavery under Lincoln. It's like, oh yeah, nothing has changed in the last 150 years since Abraham.
No.
Not at all. Like anybody buys that shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They would lynch Lincoln if he were around today.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
Even Reagan would be rolling over in his grave for half the shit.
Absolutely.
That
This is why Jesus won't come back.
Fuck you guys.
This is my base. God.
Jesus is liar.
Oh yeah. If Jesus did come back, they would string him up.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
He'd be like, my following are total dicks.
He looks a little Arabic to me. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Looks kind of Middle
Just-
Eastern.
He's a terrorist.
I want to be Judas.
No, I want to be Judas.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be great. I don't know if we have. It's kind of sad though. I think that two-party system just came out of the. I don't know that we have time,
Yeah.
or people at least people perceive that we don't have the time. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
we can't debate every little thing.
We've got to get past this other party, all the shit that has been fucked up. All right, we've got to at least right the ship a little bit before we can really have that conversation, unfortunately.
Well, the two parties like black and white, hot and cold. There's always going to be a grind between those two things. They're never going to see eye to eye when there's just two.
Right.
That's why if you have an argument with somebody, you have to have that third person to overrule everybody. All right, well, I don't want to do it. You want to do it. What do you want to do, Bill?
Right.
If you don't have that other
Me.
avenue, nothing gets solved.
I think it may be coming. It may not be exactly in the way that we're hoping, but it may be coming in that you really see like Donald Trump gearing up to start his own party. And there's going to be a fraction so that GOP is you're going to get the people that realize science is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might still be more conservative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a place.
It's happened.
If people can possibly think that the earth is flat really just blows my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
the earth
And there's
is flat.
lots of them. Lots of them.
Wow.
Plenty of
I
them.
mean, what in the hell is going on in your brain?
Not much, obviously.
Yeah.
All the other planets are circles, but we're not.
Right.
We're flat.
Right. Like how much evidence do you need that global warming actually happens, that there is climate change occurring
Yeah.
right now?
Don't use that word global.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American change.
You ever seen a
Right.
globe? Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a flat globe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a map.
Yeah. I think it's one of the funniest things I saw was like early on, like the FES, the Flat Earth Society, when they started their website,
Wow.
was like,
There's a flat Earth society.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
oh my God, go to the website. Go to the website, go to the chat room sometime. It is hilarious.
It's like clown porn. There's anything out there.
Exactly. But don't get too involved. Just kind of observe. Just be a voyeur for it for a little bit, or else it'll really piss you off. But the funny thing is, what their slogan for a long time, somebody screen captured it, was like, "Flat Earth Society has members all over the globe."
That just
Wow.
And like I saw somebody meme it, like circled globe. It's like, come on,
right.
come on.
What would they call it? The sheet?
Yeah, all over the sheet.
Plate,
Right.
the plate.
All over the plate.
I want to see one of them run off the edge.
Yeah. I'm starting to learn too that this has something to do, and I don't know if it's for some people I think it's just deniability, and some people I think they're anarchists, but a lot of that flat earth society is rooted in Christianity, apparently.
Oh wow.
And they keep that veiled.
That's not
They don't talk about it, but it's
It's not.
like the four corners of the earth and, things that are written biblically about, so that they're actually, so like half of them are just lunatics. The other half are veiled Christians.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's really strange.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on.
There he is.
This is why we do music all the time.
Yeah, it's an
It's a
escape.
good distraction. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's primarily taken up a lot of time for, I hate to say taking up time like it's a chore, but what's, aside from the show, just with Forbidden Place, what's it
just waiting on vinyl to show up as usual.
yeah.
Lots of CD releases coming in. Just trying to tie up the end of the year. Obviously, vinyl pretty much to get pressed this year is about done, besides the ones we have in process. It's just not possible right now to get them out fast enough.
Yeah. Shipping's still a big issue.
Just getting them pressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting pressed.
It's about double the time it used to be.
Yeah.
If there's no problem with the test pressing or files or artwork or any other.
Yeah. No matter where we go, it's like 9 months for vinyl. It's just not.
Wow.
It's not realistic to put out stuff. I mean, you really have to order everything at once. It's just, it's really hard to manage that,
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get a schedule together that we can kind of try to stick with.
Yeah, I can remember like reading in like Circus Magazine, when I was a kid, where like a band like Motley Crue or something would talk about, yeah, we just finished up our album last week and should be, shipping out CDs here in about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
To record stores.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, what they must have had behind them
To make that happen, yeah.
but even now, big label acts are having a problem with that too. But they just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with that, though. Like what happens is for instance, Jack White, he opened Third Man Pressing. I think it's in Michigan, around Detroit.
Nashville.
Oh, it's in Nashville?
Yeah,
Okay.
Both.
Oh, cool. So, he opened that, but I looked and he's like pressing Beyonce records and the new Bob Dylan record. And he is like, so these major labels are coming into these plants and shutting them down for any independent people like Cale and I.
Yeah.
Totally pushes us back. We're doing 250, 300. You'd think they just crank those out, but instead they put those on the back burner.
I
We end up
see.
being last
Yeah.
after,
The vinyl comeback probably had something to do with that. Like, I'm sure a lot of vinyl operations went down, and now that it's coming back, holy shit, we don't have the facilities for it.
I read the other day that the demand is twice what they can produce in a year.
That's crazy.
I mean, now they're doing like Disney colored vinyl box sets of like, fucking Fantasia or something. Who's listening to this shit?
No shit.
My kids aren't listening to it. Little kids aren't listening to it. I wouldn't think parents are listening. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who's buying this shit? Could get out of the pressing plant with that crap.
Right. Well, and that was the thing with Third Man too, is it's like when he bought that, it was one of just a few, because vinyl was going out. It was like one of a few pressing plants left.
Yeah.
And when you go down there to Nashville, because like we were traveling through, we were going to South Carolina. I was like, I'd like to stop and check this out. But when you go there, it's really not like it's not like a 3M factory by any means. It's like a big pole barn building. It's like what you would expect. I don't know, a little veterinary supply company or something to be. It wasn't that. I mean, God, it was maybe 300 feet one way.
Yeah.
Maybe 150 feet the other way. And the shop itself was probably no bigger than like the downstairs of my house.
Oh, wow.
It's not like the angles that they put out in videos and shit like that. So it's like,
yeah.
But it just like you said, it's one of the last places left.
Yeah, I think his deal was he bought one of those machines, and they were one of the last ones left.
But really, Third Man Records, it's unassuming. It's just this little kind of spot in an industrial area outside of Nashville.
Yeah.
you wouldn't think it was. I mean, we pulled up there even. I was like, am I in the right place? You know,
Wow.
Yeah.
very, very small merch section, everything. Jack was cleaning the bathroom.
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, right.
No, he wasn't there that day.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm sure he's not there any day.
What?
Unless there's a photo op.
Yeah, vinyl is a bit of a challenge right now, but
Yeah, it is.
Cassettes are coming back.
Cassettes.
yeah, cassettes are coming back. CDs still sell pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of tapes next year, I think, more so than
Nice.
vinyl. People really seem to dig them. So
Yeah. I dig getting them.
yeah, and we're working on our merch
Yeah.
stuff. We're trying to become a little more, expand a little bit and do more with
Diversify.
Yeah, diversify. Yeah, for sure.
Diversify your bonds.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool stuff.
Well, we just have all these crazy artists that are doing stuff, so it's
Right on.
a lot. It's a lot to take in and get done. But
Because with our artists, we pay for everything too.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So me and Tony got to physically come up with all this money to do all this shit.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, which can be challenging sometimes, but we make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's fuck. I mean, Jesus. I don't know how you could keep up with it all.
Yeah. My hat's off. That's got to be a brutal thing to do. I'm sure it's a, passion thing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it easy.
Yeah, it is a passion.
Yeah.
In closing, anything else, man? You guys want to push, of course, the new merch, Spider and Bat.
Spider and Bat, yep.
Yeah, Tony just made a new link tree you can find on Tony's Forbidden Place Instagram. That's got links to Spider and Bat, links to our distro, Shiny Beach, Clear Spot in the Netherlands, where all our European fans can get stuff.
Nice.
Links to all our Twitters, band camps, all that shit.
Good.
All in one nice little spot.
Yep.
Good deal.
Right on.
All right, man. We'll keep staying in touch, of course.
Yeah.
Like I say, another big hat off to you, man. Everybody I know has ever worked with you, so these guys are great to work with.
Oh, that's great.
If you are looking for a label that's doomy and rocks ass, please check out Forbidden Place Records.
For sure.
Love talking to you guys, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh, you had a great time. Love to have you back.
For sure.
We'll stay in touch. We'll see as things develop what's going to happen.
Sounds good.
But everybody, thanks for listening to Undetermined the podcast. Tony and Cale from Forbidden Place Records. Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
All right, till next time. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, till next time.
See you later.
Bye.